What's goody, people? It's your boy Lionheart, and I'm back. Yo, I'm done. I'm done with the introduction. We're gonna go straight into it. We're gonna talk about the Xbox One. I had my first hands-on impression with the Xbox One. What's goody, people? It's your boy Lionheart, and I'm back. And I'm feeling better than ever. Yo, I'm done. I'm done with this introduction. We're going to go straight into it. Xbox One. This weekend in London, Shoreditch. Hands-on with the Xbox One. What do I make of it? It is a good machine. I enjoyed it. The games looked really good. Was the graphics the revolution I expected? No, it wasn't. Maybe it's because they were still not the completed versions. But from what I could see, the graphical difference was not that higher than the Xbox One to the Xbox 360. Like I saw Killer Instinct. The graphics on Killer Instinct, it wasn't revolutionary. It wasn't something amazing I haven't seen before, or such high graphical fidelity that I haven't seen in maybe Street Fighter, or Marvel vs. Capcom 3, or Tekken, or Virtua Fighter, or Blaze Blue. It's not like the graphics were so high above those. The graphics did look good. It did have a lot of particle effect, which you don't see too much in games these days, but particle effects are there. Even on the phone, like if you get a phone like the iPhone, you see a game like Infinity Blade, so many particle effects. Particle effects are there and they can be done. So it's not the fact that the Xbox One is doing something that the new consoles can't do. It's just that it's doing something that they haven't done in fighting games. So I'll say Killer Instinct 1, the game looked good, amazing actually. Played very, very mashy, but still fun. It was extremely fun. I enjoyed it. The hardcore gamer in me gave it a 5 out of 10, if I'm absolutely honest. The casual gamer in me that has quit hardcore gaming because of life, work, women, that casual gamer in me gives it a practical 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 because it was so extremely fun. Dead Rising 3 was another game that I got to play. Amazing. Brilliant. That game was a hell of a party. Even though that there was no drinks, no food, no women, there was zombies and there was weapons. And for me, that's a party. A meat party. A meat festival. And as I always say, meat is meat, as long as the meat is fresh to cut. Let's go. Let's go. Dead Rising 3, beautiful game. Loved it. That was another game. Hella fun. Amazing size of the game and scope of the enemies, the weapons, but not the graphics that was I expected. When you look at the technical demos from Epic, from Squaresoft Enix, those are the type of graphics maybe that you expected from next-gen consoles. When they talk about the CPU, they talk about the memory, they talk about the bit rate, they talk about all those type of things in the console, what it can do now. I didn't see it. What I did see was quantity over quality. More weapons, more enemies, more moves, more everything except for high-level gob-smacking graphics that you're like, oh my god, this looks real. But that doesn't mean anything, because we're gamers, and as long as the game is good, that's all that matters. We like the good graphics, we want nice graphics, but more importantly, we want good gameplay. And I felt from games like Killer Instinct, to a game like Dead Rising, to a game like Battlefield and Rise Son of Rome, it delivered that. It delivered that. Rise Son of Rome felt like an interactive movie, if I'm absolutely honest. Not something I would go for, but I could still see the appeal in it. Battlefield 4, that looked amazing. That did look amazing, but that game was more about, I feel, visual than anything else. More of, you're just thrown into a crazy situation and you just run and you shoot and you go crazy and you just have fun and you're like, what is going on, playing with your friends. Amazing. I enjoyed it. So in closing, I would say the controller of the Xbox One was amazing, because I didn't even need to think about it. The only time I thought about the Xbox One controller was when somebody brought it to my attention. It felt natural. Not too heavy, not too light. The rumble wasn't intrusive. It was natural. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even need to adapt to the buttons. I didn't need to adapt to anything. I just held it and I just played it and it was fun. I didn't get to see the Kinect because it was like a demo version of the Xbox One or something, or it wasn't connected to the internet or something like that. But just playing it from the perspective of a gamer, which is what I wanted. Some people on hand to try to talk to you about the features and talk about the entertainment unit aspect of the machine. I wasn't interested. I just wanted to play the games and see what the games could do. That was it. I did have a nice little sneaky peek at the dashboard. It basically looked like the dashboard that we've got now, just a little bit more cleaner with more tiles, but it was basically the same thing, so it wasn't really interesting to me. But another thing I would say is the difference between the Xbox One and the 360. I don't see the higher difference in terms of graphics. I didn't see anything on the Xbox One that the 360 can't do. And that's what I would call a spade a spade. I know 1080p. Everything I have, I watch, is in 1080p. And I'm telling you, from what I saw, maybe it's because there were demos, but I was not seeing 1080p. I was seeing about 720p and just above 720p. But I was not seeing 1080p. There's no way that any of those games I saw there were 1080p. But that didn't mean anything because the games themselves spoke for themselves. Unfortunately, they didn't have Titanfall there, which I was very sad about. But from what I did play, Dead Rising, Killer Instinct, Rise Son of Rome, Battlefield 4, I had a blast. The most fun I had, if I'm absolutely honest, was on Dead Rising. But my heart was with Killer Instinct because I've been a Killer Instinct man since Killer Instinct 1 and Killer Instinct 2. So, in closing, I understand the Xbox now, I get it. I actually get it. The machine is not an eyesore. It's big, but it's not an eyesore. Because you're not actually going to be looking at the machine. You're only going to be playing it. And the only interaction you're going to have with it is the controller and your voice through the Kinect. Which, did I say I don't trust the Kinect still? The Evo I have more though? I did. But I'll say it again. I don't trust it, but I'll get on with it. Because our freedom is already gone. We have to get used to that. When you want to have something, you have to give something up. If you want to be able to use an app on your phone like Shazam, you have to be prepared to give up your location. If you want to search for something on the internet, you have to type something into the search bar. If it's something that they deem as something that they will monitor you for, then they will say that it goes up in a little system, prism system or whatever, and then they will monitor you. Freedom is gone already. In our phones, on our internet, and now it's reached our gaming platforms. So that one we cannot get rid of. We just have to deal with it and roll the punches, make objections where it's too intrusive and we don't like it. But if we don't like it, don't buy it. I want to be part of gaming. I've been a gamer since I was 6 years old, 7. So, in closing, I enjoyed my time with the Xbox One. I get it, that's me, and altogether, Xbox One, 8.5 out of 10. Controller is a different entity to me, 9 out of 10. And Killer Instinct, let's call it middle ground, give it an 8 out of 10. Dead Rising, 9 out of 10. The rest of the games, Rise, that's a 7 from me. Battlefield 4 gets another 7 out of 10. So, until then, to my next video, have fun and don't be free.
Eons ago I was ordained with the powers cosmic. The invincible invader, no one can stop it. I'm putting your planet on curfew. Extraterrestrial, you write on my rhymes in the form of crop circles. Discovered in the Arctic cold. Laboratories explode for trying to clone my genetic code. I'm a nightmare to all you cowards. Arachnids bite me and attain radioactive superpowers. Striking devils with God's hand. Lynching MCs from trees by their own DNA strand.